Hey everybody, this is Chris with Offset. Today we're going to go over the tier list for the light machine guns in Black Ops 3. Just a reminder, tier 4 is going to be the worst, with tier 1 being the best. Now, since there are only 4 light machine guns, none of them are going to be in tier 4. In tier 3, we do have the Dingo. The Dingo is going to be the fastest firing of the automatic light machine guns. However, the time to kill is just a little slower than all the others, and it's a little bit harder to handle, so it's not going to be quite as good. In tier 2, we do have the BRM and the 48 Dredge. The BRM is your second fully automatic light machine gun. It doesn't fire quite as quickly as the Dingo, but it does kill faster and is a little bit easier to handle, so it does make it slightly better. Then we also have the 48 Dredge. This is going to be a 6-shot auto burst light machine gun. It can kill incredibly quick as long as you're hitting with those bursts. However, if you miss the burst or don't kill somebody with it, there's a lot of time between your next shots, so it's not going to be that great and it's going to put you in some awkward situations. In tier 1, we of course have the Gorgon. It's going to be a 2-shot kill with a slow fire rate. The slow fire rate does make it a little bit awkward to use, but that 2-shot kill time is incredibly fast, and it will absolutely melt entire hordes of enemies at range. Moving on to optics, we do have one optic in tier 4. It's going to be the Recon sight. It simply isn't as good as the Varick sight, and I'm not entirely sure why you'd want to be zooming in too much with this light machine gun anyway. In tier 3, we are going to go ahead and put the Varick sight, because it does have that versatility. You can zoom in, you can zoom out. It does allow you to move around a little bit. However, it's still not that great because, like I said, I'm not sure why you'd want to be zooming in with the light machine gun. In tier 2, we do have the BOA3 sight, simply because it's just a little bit worse than a reflex or an ELO. The lighting up on enemies isn't that useful, so it's not quite as good. And then in tier 1, we actually have 3 sights. We, of course, have the reflex sight and the ELO sight. Both of those sights are nearly identical. It's almost a matter of preference. And then we, of course, have the thermal sight. Thermal sight's good on the light machine guns for the same reason it's good on the sniper rifles. It highlights enemies in red. The penalty versus enemies that you're using cold-blooded isn't that high, and it will allow you to use some interesting strategies with smoke grenades. And in the attachment category, we do have one tier 4 attachment. It's going to be the suppressor. The suppressor is awful on light machine guns. It's worse on light machine guns than it is on all of the other weapons in the game. They recently made the suppressor better on all the other weapons in the game, but it's still abysmal on light machine guns. It lowers your range so much that you should never consider using it. In tier 3, we do have the laser sight and fast magazines. The laser sight feels like it may be good on light machine guns because their hipfire is so bad, but frankly their hipfire is so bad, it's still bad with a laser sight on it, and you'd be much better off swapping to a secondary or even trying to punch somebody. The fast mags, again, the reload time is so long that fast mags aren't going to improve it enough to make it worthwhile over another attachment. In tier 2, we do have extended mags, the grip, and full metal jacket. Extended mags can be very useful because, like I said, the reload time is so long that being able to just shoot for longer without reloading can be really useful, particularly with a light machine gun when you can be just spamming it at a choke point or a corner or a doorway. The grip is also going to be in tier 2 because the grip, while it does reduce recoil, none of the guns have that much recoil on them. The Dingo is going to be the worst, but even that recoil is mostly manageable. Full Metal Jacket is in tier 2 because it's really good. Full Metal Jacket on the light machine guns allow you to really spam at walls, kill people through walls. It's super useful. It's just not quite as useful as some of the tier 1 attachments. Now in tier 1, we do of course have Rapid Fire, Quick Draw, and the Stock. Rapid Fire on the light machine guns, just like all the other weapons, is just a straight damage increase. It increases your time to kill, and it's going to be excellent, particularly on that BRM, that Gorgon, or that 48 Dredge. Quick Draw is also going to be amazing on light machine guns because one of their biggest drawbacks is the time it takes to ADS, and Quick Draw will significantly improve that and allow you to be a little bit more mobile with your light machine gun. Stock is along the same lines. Since you want to be ADS with your light machine gun, you want to get all the extra mobility you can, and the stock will absolutely provide that. You're not going to be moving around like it's a submachine gun, but it will allow you to strafe and kind of fix your aim or peek around corners much easier when you have a stock equipped. I hope this helped. This has been Chris with Opshead, and we'll see you next time.